Ahojte všetci! Dnes som tu opäť, Teresa Dobrotová a spolu s Ivanou Fáber a Wendy Strádalovou. Ahojte dámy.
Ahojte.
Ahojte. Ahojte.
A máme tu aj hostia, doktora Antonyho Matisa, aby sme ho dneska po druhýkrát vyspovedali tu v skupine. A bude to o príjmaní, bude to o energetike, sedení SOP a ešte uvidíme o čom. Hello everybody, I'm Teresa Dobrotova and I am here with Ivana Faber and Wendy Stradalova and our dear guest, Dr. Anthony Matis. Hello, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for coming. And today it's going to be about, we'd like to ask you some questions about, again, the energetics of SOP sessions, about receiving, and we'll see where we go. Ivana, take it away.
Great.
Yes, thank you. So, Anthony, last time we were talking about SOP, and I really love when you talk about it because I already received like SOP when you just talk about it.
Yeah.
And
Já
you
budu
were
překládat,
talking about...
já budu překládat Ivanu dneska. Takže minule jsme mluvili o SOP a já už jsem z toho byla tak nadšená, protože to bylo jako kdybych dostala jedno SOP sezení.
And you were talking about the dynamics of the session, and I would like to ask you some more about that.
Okay.
Takže minule jsme už zmiňovali trošku dynamiku SOP sezení a já bych se tě ráda dneska zeptala, jestli bys o tom mohl mluvit.
You were talking about like sometimes during a session you first have to get through all the barriers, and you know, once I had a session with you, I think it was just like verbal clearing session, and that's I asked you what do I have to do? Somebody attacked me, and I felt bad about it, and I wanted to change it. And I don't know whether you remember what you told me was, how do you want to change it? You didn't even receive it yet.
Takže a já to jenom přeležím. Ty jsi mluvil minule o tom, jak někdy během toho sezení se musíš po dlouhou dobu vlastně dostávat skrz ty bariéry. Já jsem s tebou jednou měla sezení a ptala jsem se tě na to, že mě někdo napadl a mně se to nelíbilo a já jsem to chtěla změnit, tak jsem se tě ptala na to, jak to mám změnit a ty jsi na to reagoval, jak to vlastně chceš měnit, když to ještě nepřijala vůbec.
And that was so strong, and it totally blew my mind. I would love you to talk about that.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Yeah. Bylo to pro mě hodně silný a úplně mi to rozstřelilo a tak já bych tě ráda poprosila, jestli bys mohl mluvit o tomhle.
Yeah, like one of the things that we talk about in Access Consciousness is, you know, the tools are designed to increase your receiving.
Jedna z vecí, o ktorej sa bavíme v Access Consciousness, je, že nástroje sú navrhnuté na to, aby sa zväčšilo vaše príjmanie.
To increase your receiving of all energies with no point of view.
Aby ste zväčšili príjmanie všetkých energií bez uhlu pohľadu.
It's not just like receiving more money, receiving more love in your life, receiving, you know, better health. It's receiving all energies with no point of view.
Nejde o to iba prijať viacej peňazí, viacej lásky alebo viacej toho dobrého, ale naozaj všetkých energií bez uhlu pohľadu.
So it's being willing to actually receive like the good, the bad, the ugly, and the great of yourself with no point of view and of other people.
Je to o ochote prijímať to dobré, zlé, škaredé a i to veľkolepé vás samých a takisto ostatných ľudí.
So what happens in that particular instance is when you put your walls and barriers up to maybe someone attacking you, okay, like verbally, it cuts off your awareness as to what is actually really occurring.
A keď si napríklad nastavíte bariéry, zdvihnete bariéry, keď vás niekto atakuje alebo napáda slovne, tak v podstate to odstrihne vaše uvedomenie toho, čo sa tam reálne deje.
So instead of going into reaction and resisting and not wanting to look at it or be like, fuck you, it's like, what if you actually allowed that in so that you could actually have the awareness of what's really going on in that person's world, but also why you would be reacting to that as well.
Tak namiesto toho sa tomu brániť, stavať si bariéry alebo hovoriť tomu človeku chod do prčíc, nechcem to, čo keby sme to vedeli prijať a takisto prijať aj akoby tú energiu a z akého priestoru ten človek koná a prečo aj my by sme na to nejako takto reagovali.
Because anytime we react to something, it actually cuts off our awareness and it cuts us off from ourselves.
Vždy, keď na niečo reagujeme, tak nám to odstriháva naše vedomie a odstriháva to od nás samých.
So when I said you haven't even received it yet, it's like you're trying to ask me a question about something you haven't even let into your universe.
Keď som ti povedal, že si to ešte ani len neprijala, tak vlastne je to o tom, že mi pokladáš otázku o niečom, čo si ešte nedovolila, aby vôbec do tvojho vesmíru vstúpilo.
And I have this point of view that a lot of times, like when you see a pattern in your life, no matter what that pattern is, it's an opportunity. To me, it's a way to help you to become more conscious, and it's an opportunity for you to look at what it is that you may be doing or being that keeps creating that over and over again.
A za mňa, keď si všimneme v našom živote určitý vzorec, ktorý sa opakuje, tak je to príležitosť, ako sa stať viacej vedomým a pozrieť sa na to vlastne, čo to spôsobuje, že to stále vytvárame.
Because then that allows you the opportunity to change it.
Lebo potom to môžete zmeniť.
For you and the other person.
A zmení to pre vás, ako aj pre tú druhú osobu.
Yeah, for me it was a really strong moment, and I would say it changed a lot in the way I'm able to create. Like, I will not be doing this anymore.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, but what if it was like...
Can I translate?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Takže pro mě to opravdu byl hodně silný moment a opravdu to změnilo vůbec způsob, jakým já tvořím. Že jsem si řekla, že já už to nikdy víc takhle tvořit nebudu, že už to neudělám nikdy.
So did you notice how like you even showed with your hand, you're like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that anymore. So what if you could just be like, oh, interesting choice. Okay, I won't be choosing that anymore. There's a different energy to it, right? Because even when you go like this, there's actually a sense of judgment of contraction a little bit, just a little bit. You got the awareness, so you're like, okay, I'm not choosing that anymore. But what we tend to do when we get an awareness is we'll make ourselves wrong.
A všimla si aj, že keď si povedala, že už to nebudeš robiť, tak si vlastne takto dala ruky, kde tam bol taký určitý pocit opäť nejakého súdu alebo odmietania. A čo keď by sme to skôr mohli sa na toto pozerať ako na niečo, na nejakú voľbu, ktorú už neurobíš? Lebo aj akoby z energetického hľadiska je to iné.
Now, I'm not saying that's what you did, but I'm glad that you did this at least, because what we tend to do is instead of just choosing not to choose that anymore, we'll avoid it.
Uh-huh.
Hej, a nehovorím teda, že nutne ty si to aj takto robila presne, ale keď máme nejaké uvedomenie toho, že nejakej našej voľby alebo čo si už nechceme vybrať, tak sa tomu vyhýbame, alebo akoby si to vyčítame.
So it appears as if we're not choosing it anymore, but it's actually avoiding.
Uh-huh.
Ono to vyzerá, že už si to nevyberáme, ale v skutočnosti sa tomu vyhýbame.
Yeah, so I'm not saying you did that. I'm just I just wanted
for me it was more a way to illustrate something, but
yeah.
Maybe Wendy wants to translate.
Že to bylo jenom taký ilustrační. Antony říká, že nutně neříká, že to Ivana tak udělala, neříká, že to chtěla jenom těma rukama víc demonstrovat.
But for me it's amazing how much information you get energetically when talking with you. And that's also what I wanted, what I wanted to include in the question, because I didn't even tell you a lot, but you facilitated it energetically.
Yeah.
And that's kind of amazing
Wow.
to have that as a source of information.
Že pro mě bylo i úžasný vidět, já jsem toho za stolik neřekla, ale kolik toho ty vlastně pochopíš energeticky, aniž bych já toho hodně řekla, tak ty prostě to zahrneš tam do té facilitace a je to úžasné.
You know, thank you for that. I've been hearing that a lot lately, and I think it just right now in this moment, it just dropped into my universe even more. So thank you for that acknowledgement, because I'm like, I know what you're saying, because it wasn't even necessarily what I maybe said, but it's like when you could be in an energetic space for someone, they're going to get multiple downloads. So thank you for that. Wow.
Ďakujem ti za toto uznanie, lebo už mi to hovorili viacerí teraz v poslednej dobe, ale konečne mi to nejakým spôsobom pristálo do vesmíru inak. A áno, lebo keď si proste energetickým priestorom pre toho druhého, tak jemu môže prísť kopec rôznych informácií, takže ďakujem.
Is that what you talk about when you talk about getting downloads from Gary and Dane when you work with them?
Well, this is exactly right. I was just thinking that, yeah.
Ivana se jenom ptala, že jestli to je to, o čem teď mluvili, jestli to, co on popisuje, Anthony, když mluví o tom, jak dostává spoustu jako downloadů, stažení, uvědomění, když pracuje s Garym a s Danem.
Another example of that would be working with Dane at the SOP classes when, he'll go around and, as people are doing sessions on each other, he'll contribute to their universes energetically. And he would talk to me about what he's doing. But it wasn't necessarily the words. I was getting these energetic downloads. And then as it would come, I would say back to him what was occurring. And he's like, oh my God, no one's ever put it into words before. And then it became this beautiful energetic dance that made it grow even more.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Slovak. I just got a whole download. Right out of my mind, thank you. Takže vlastne presne tak, aj s Garym, aj s Danom sa to takto deje a takisto keď Dane robí SOP, vedie SOP sedenia na kurzoch SOP a trebárs za mnou príde a povie mi, že čo sa deje a nejde o tie slova nutne, ale o tú celú energiu za tým. A potom ja mu poviem z tej energie, že čo sa deje a on na to, wow, tak toto nikdy ešte nikto nedal do slov.
Yeah, so that's exactly what I wanted to, have a taste of, and it's amazing. To me, it's like energetic facilitation that goes far beyond the words and what can be expressed in words.
Bingo.
Přesně, to je ta ochutnávka, kterou jsem sem chtěla přinést, kterou jsem tady chtěla s váma zažít a vám ji jakoby dát navnímat. A je to přesně jako o té energii za těma slovama, o tom beyond, jako tam vlastně je dispozici a co všechno tam můžete zažít.
Yeah, and it's interesting because before I came to Access, I remember like I was praying actually, and I'm like, there's got to be a modality that exists that goes way beyond the conscious and subconscious mind to change your shit.
Pred Accessom si pamätám, ako som sa modlil raz a vravel som si, že musí existovať nejaká modalita, ktorá ešte ide ďalej, než iba to podvedomé, nevedomé a všetko toto.
And I was very reluctant even when I started Access. I'm like the whole time, but what I started to notice is the very thing that we're talking about, like the changes started to occur, not because of one thing or something someone said, but it was like, it would be the one thing, and then that one thing would go like that you can't really put into words. But what happens is you start to observe how your life is actually transforming and finally changing.
A na začiatku som bol voči Accessu nedôverčivý, ale potom, ako som si začal uvedomovať, že veci sa menia a že to nie je iba nutne kvôli jednej veci, ktorú niekto povie, ale ten celý efekt toho za tým a to, čo sa ďalej potom šíri.
Yeah, and I don't know how you put that in a brochure to promote, you know what I mean?
A neviem, ako sa to dá dať do nejakej brožúry, alebo tak.
Yeah, and for those of us who are into all this weird stuff, right? That's even weird to us, It was weird to me. I was like, whatever.
A tí z nás, ktorých bavia takéto divné veci, tak toto môže prísť aj nám veľmi, veľmi zvláštne a čudné.
But if you keep coming, it'll show up, I promise. I just don't know when. I can't tell you when, but it'll show up.
Ale ak budete pokračovať, tak sa to ukáže. Tak to budete vidieť. Len neviem presne povedať, kedy.
I cannot imagine what 2.5 days with you will do to people who come to the class.
Yeah.
Ani si neumím představit, co ty 2,5 dny s tebou na té SOP třídě vytvoří s lidma.
What an invitation to have something much greater in your life. I'm touched by the way we communicate energetically. It's so special.
Yeah.
tak jsem dojatá, jaká úžasná pozvánka to je a něco, ta komunikace s tebou na té energetické úrovni vytvoří za tak krátkou chvíli.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever been as excited as I am about anything professionally or in my entire life until now. So thank you.
Nepamätám si, že by som z niečoho bol takto nadšený ako teraz, profesionálne alebo všeobecne v živote.
Yeah, that's amazing. So shall we introduce the two classes that you have coming in March? Otevření, symfonie.
Yeah, so we have the opening of... Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, tak jenom Ivana říká, že teď asi čas na to představit ty dvě třídy SOP, které Antony bude mít přes Otevření symfonie.
We have the opening of the symphony, which is a 2.5-day class that you're referring to that will be in Budapest, Hungary. What is it, March 3rd, 4th, and 5th?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. 3. až 5. marca bude v Budapešti otvorenie symfónie.
And then we have another opening of the symphony in Mexico, which will be both live and online. That's after Dr. Dane here's energetic synthesis of being class, the ESB. So I forget the dates of those, but it's somewhere
21, 22, 23.
There you go.
Yes.
Nice.
And maybe good to I'll let you translate and then I mention something else.
A potom ďalší kurz Otvorenie symfónie bude zase v Mexiku a ten bude kombinovaný aj online, aj naživo od 21. do 23. marca. Hej, ešte spomeniem, že na oba kurzy je možný preklad v prípade záujmu.
And what I wanted to mention is for this class, actually the ESB with Dr. Dane is the prerequisite, and Dane was in Prague with the class. So everybody who has this class in this group, you can join.
Takže Ivana jenom zmiňuje, že na tohle třídu s Antonym, kde se můžete naučit SOP, je potřeba jako předpoklad jenom ESB, třída s doktorem Danem Hirem a Dane byl v Praze minulý rok ESB, takže je spousta z vás, který už máte splněné předpoklady na tady 2,5denní třídu. Pak můžete stát už praktiky SOP a dávat se.
I don't have any further questions.
That's okay. Yeah, there's really nothing to say other than come play and experience it for yourself.
Yeah, so it's so amazing. I'm really looking forward to have taste of this class.
Me too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Takže jenom není už slov moc. Třeba jenom chci říct, že já budu překládat v Budapešti, když si to někdo z vás vybere a ráda klidně pomůžu i s dopravou, s ubytováním. Začít se ozvat.
Awesome. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Welcome. Bye.